Let's go. Pop that champagne, motherfucker. Let's go. Woo! Pirate Radio. New mic. New money. You pour the champagne real quick. Woo-wee. This mic is sensitive as fuck, yo. I can't even touch nothing. Look at it, look. That's it. That's enough. Westside Gunn. Episode 3. Pirate Radio. If you hear this broadcast, you are part of the resistance. Woo-wee. You see, this is the thing about what Griselda, that whole group, Westside Gunn or whatever. Yo, compared to like, you know, the rappers from Jay-Z's type, hearing these rappers now is a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why. But you know, at the same time, it was kind of hard for them. Not for them, but they'll probably say that too. But it was definitely hard for like rapidy rappers. When I say rapidy rappers, it's just basically any rapper that doesn't mumble, because that is the current style, you know. And when you're like 30 up and plus and shit, you know that every style kinda is like made some by mistake, and then basically like it's thrashed, and then they start all over. That's why you see sometimes styles come back, and then you have people who don't know about the history of it be like, I'm the first one to do this, I'm the first one to wear this, and it gets a little annoying. But yo, nobody wanted to hear like rappers rap like how making sense, whatever, because you know people like the other type of rappers and shit. But I just like rap because at the end of the day, it's just a genre that could be broken down into thousands of genres. So you know, the movement going on right now, you gotta like it, because at the end of the day, it's just keeping hip hop alive. You know what I'm saying? You imagine people being explained hip hop in the 60s, they would have been like, what the fuck? You know, but it's just, hip hop is like the ultimate renaissance era for blacks, Hispanics. And when I just say Hispanics, don't get it twisted. Hispanics was there in the beginning of hip hop. Top break dancers were Hispanics. Graffiti artists, Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Not the top. That could be arguable, but shit, break dancers, all the Puerto Rican break dancers was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's just beautiful, because it got so sad that people from America, blacks, will be like, you know, Caribbeans are not like black, I guess, because they don't assimilate the same way. And my answer to that is that no, we don't assimilate the same way, because we have a culture. Now, black Americans in America, some will have a culture, but the majority probably don't, because where they gonna get their culture from? From white people? White people here don't got no culture either. They came from Europe. You know what I'm saying? And when I say culture, what do I mean by culture? Just, you know, shit that, let's say a Jamaican or Puerto Rican, Dominican, Trinidadian, I don't know how you say that. Somebody from Trinidad, how you would call it? I don't know, Trinidadian, I guess. You know, when kids here will be on some shit, they know, be like, whoa, they'll have a quick pause to it. Not all, because some would just assimilate real fast. You know what I'm saying? But in our cultures, you know what I'm saying, like, it's a little bit more different. Therefore, when we see shit here, it's like, whoa, okay, I think I've seen this before. My mom told me about this before. My father happens. You know what I'm saying? So we take, and then we also know how hard it is to go from fucking almost third world countries to here. Not all, but you know, DR be looking a little crazy sometimes. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that DR, the lights go out still, I'm like, yo, are you serious? And probably not now, because they probably have like a generator or some bullshit. But that lets you know that there's ways that they can fix that probably, and they just don't. But some don't care at the same time. I don't know. That's tricky, because I don't know shit about DR, and I'm gonna have to go back to DR. It's been like fucking 25 years, I think, almost. I always say 25, but every time I look it up, it's always close to 24 years. But last time I checked, I think 95, put it like that. So, damn, 95 and 2025, it will be 30 years. Did I have 30 years? Oh, it'll be 25. I don't know. My math is bad on that one. But yeah, yo, I have to go back to DR. You know what I'm saying? When I touch down and I smell that burning tire smell, like, oh, whew, that's what I'm gonna be back. You know what I mean? That's what I remember. I remember DR smelling way different. But yeah, the culture the Caribbeans have is different. And at the end of the day, we could use all that. Oh, you know, y'all just blacks from the islands. Not all that are here say that, but there's a combo of that. And some people who talk on YouTube and make a living on YouTube and quite familiar on YouTube, they kind of some go with it, you know what I mean? But there's just differences everywhere. At the end of the day, they can't say all that because one of the guys that we basically claim who started hip hop came from Jersey. No, nigga, he came from Jamaica, from the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? Brought that shit here. And, you know, it's crazy because at the same time, salsa was brought from Cuba in a way, like 20 years earlier probably. And those ideas became basically its main potential was here in America. So that's why people trying to come here in America, and then when you hear and your parents see you wilding and shit, they'll be like, nigga, you think I came here for this shit? Now the people here already don't see it like that. Not all, but some. So there's definitely a difference with, let's say, when you say blacks, Hispanics from the Caribbean, than here. You know, they always want to label it lazy, but you know how I see it sometimes? I feel like the way that Dominicans, I'm gonna use Dominicans because it's probably like every other country in the Caribbean, but the way that they look at kids who are here already, they look at them like, nigga, you lazy. You should have been fucking grabbing 70 hammers and building 70 houses and shit. And then, you know, they don't know about the white man. So, and not to put the blame on whites, because some we just do it to each other. But that's because I feel like we just don't see the forest through the trees. So when you see the, you know, shit going on in the neighborhood and the trap, we should all be like, whoop, aware. Like, oh, hold up. This shit smells fishy. Let's question this and let's see where it's come from. And let's act on this. But it doesn't. So when that doesn't happen, the white man takes advantage. Because at the end of the day, they white. Yo, you think they're gonna fucking fight for someone who don't look like them? Unfortunately, it's not about color, right? But then when it is, what are we gonna say? It's not about color anymore? No, it's still about color. It just depends on who are on those positions. You know what I'm saying? Like like I didn't look into it yet, but I'm gonna have to look into that whole shit about like people that ass was like getting denied loans and shit, and they just go about like area codes and shit like that. That was just crazy. So when they say that there's no racism, when they say, I'm talking about like conservatives usually, because I'm in the conservative side. That liberal, the Democrat and all that, they done. They way past done. They fucked already. There's nothing ever gonna happen that's gonna make me be like, yo, Democrats is cool. No. Some of them shits, some of the points that the people who are in it and they come out with a point, yeah, we could debate that. But the rest, man, oh my God, it's just delusional shit. You know, so, and then the fact that, I gotta repeat it again, my bad. But the fact that Democrats want 16-year-olds to vote, that's just sad. You know what I'm saying? But conservatives also like to be on that shit too. They like to be a little delusional. They like to say like there's no racism, and then when there's a video of racism, they want to go through everybody's fucking background to make sure nobody ever fucking got like a D in math class in high school or some shit, because they're gonna use everything in the fucking shelf and they're gonna throw it at you. Oh, but he did this. Oh, he should have done that. He should have done this. And you know what's funny though? That if it was their kids, even if they white, they would have like fought the issue also. And they wouldn't want to hear nobody be like, hey, well, you know, the law is the law. Nigga, try telling that to somebody's kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there's grown-ups still fucking up, and I say fucking up, like getting in jail, going to jail and shit like that, then imagine a fucking young person, a teenager. I look back and I thought I was smart as fuck. I actually didn't know shit. And when I say I didn't know shit, it's just how shit works and how shit will benefit at the end of the day, in the long run. I feel like a lot of kids ain't being taught that, you know, and sometimes parents themselves don't know that, or they do, or they think they know, or they kind of close, but they never like pinpoint like, yo, steer this kid this way, boom. And then you have friends who their fucking parents are low lives, and they don't steer their kids at all. So those kids steer your kids. Man, I'll be pissed if I had kids and that shit. Oh my God, yo, you can tell like having kids is a big time shit, yo. Because you got to deal with your kid and then the kids that he surrounds himself with. And then when you tell that kid, yo, don't chill with this kid, they ain't gonna fucking fathom shit. They ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it. You know what I mean? But that's why when everybody says, so what's your solution? What's your solution? You know what my solution is? Oh, hold on. FBI. All right, imagine. Nah, but here's the solution at the end of the day. It's just culture. The right culture. Imagine if we had a culture that we could at least be like, okay, let's be cerebral here. Hip-hop music is dope. It is. And listen, we can talk all the shit about, make positive music, but some positive music is a little you know? The positive music that came out that was dope was, I guess you could say Kanye West when he did the gospel album. That's a fucking, like, a pure gospel album. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you're gonna have your bad words or whatever. But, and the gun talk and all that shit. And trust me, you can't really try to censor "suck my blank," because no matter what, if they say in the music, I guess they rarely say that now. But back in the 90s, you will get that shit all the time, and you'll see High 97 trying to blur it out, being mad obvious. But the song is too popular, so they have to play it and they have to blur it, and it sounds stupid. Yeah, motherfucker, something, and it's like, oh, come on. So then you have parents that don't know English but know like bad words. They be like, yo, hold up, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I used to get in trouble. But listen, at least if we have that mentality of like, okay, I trust my kids to listen to these type of music because they know themselves that these are just fucking poets rhyming over a beat. Besides their personal life, maybe somebody got shot 4,000 times in one night, and now he's a rapper. And now now like his music gonna influence other kids? No, it doesn't work like that. That's not real life. So as long as like we could teach our kid, like, yo, you can instead of saying no, don't listen to it. No, you could listen to it, but realize that when you hear that and that music stops, now I'm gonna tell you about real life, how real life is. Cause yo, I be thinking back and I'm like, yo, you imagine how much grown ass niggas, I'm gonna say grown ass niggas, cause of course the kids did, but grown ass niggas too, like 30, 40, 50 year olds or whatever, But back in the early 2000s, I wanna see how that was when 50 Cent came out with Get Rich or Die Trying. I wonder how many battery he put on people's back and caused destruction. Or a person that was like, yo, I'm about to make this move right now. I'm about to rob this bank. I'm about to just roll up on these motherfuckers over here. And they just had to play that fucking album. We don't think about that. But listen, music is very, very influential, obviously. You know, when Cam had that Pink on, that shit had everybody have rock Pink, including me. How about that one? Including me. I remember my dumb ass went to school the first day of school too. So you know the first day of school is when you gotta bring out the hottest heat. Now I guess these kids would just go in some Crocs and shit. But back in the days, that was like a little mini talent show event. And I remember I had this Pink Panther shirt, Airbrush, by AJ from CT, New Britain, Connecticut. One of the best. Woo. Yo, he used to have shirts all over. No, I'm not gonna say all over. Whoa. But he had a lot of shirts that people was wearing in New York. Not really, but like if you think about my friends here, cause I have friends, you know, when I was living in Connecticut, my friends here in New York, they will see the shirt, they will want shirts. That would be at least 5 heads right there. You know what I'm saying? So he was busy, and it was just like at the perfect timing too, because it was around that time where like Airbrush was like, oh shit, popular, not overrun already or whatever. And in New York, they wanted to charge like $100 for a shirt. In Connecticut, my nigga AJ was charging tops $40 for some dope shit. You know what I'm saying? I might want a fucking Airbrush shirt now. Fuck that shit. I don't go fuck. I'm gonna have to see where he at. But yeah, I had a Pink Panther shirt, and at that time, you had to have the Pink Panther shirt. I mean, not the Pink Panther, you know, mascot or whatever the fucking dude, the Panther itself, with a fucking Rockefeller chain. Look how low life was that. Nah, but that was the shit back then. Fuck that. A Rockefeller or a Dipset. That's how it had to be. And even people who like saw it, they did it, and it wasn't on some shit like, oh, you copying me? No, it was just two beasts. Rockefeller was just two beasts at that time. Dipset was just two beasts at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't gonna get no fucking Def Jam chain. Like, hell no. It had to be that. I had that shirt all like, so Pink Panther, boom, Air Forces, pink laces, I think a pink hat, some shit that I saw in New York, and I went to the first day of school with it. And you know what's funny? Like, the teacher in one of the science class, I forgot her name. She cute though. She took a picture of all of us like through one of these little small cameras. That picture got to be somewhere that shit, who knows? Probably in the garbage in Brazil or some shit. But I never want to see that picture because I'm like, damn, I really rocked like pink to school. But you know, hey, at least I ain't had a fucking a napkin around my head like Jadakiss. Shit, I could at least go down with that, cause that shit was way more stupid. But yo, you know, that's the influence of hip hop. That's it. Because that same napkin that I was talking about, so I saw a dude in Connecticut, a white kid, do it after the Jadakiss video, the Knock Yourself Out video. And that was, to me, the most dumbest shit ever I seen. You know, because of course it's like, nigga, get a headband. But, I mean, kind of smart though in a way, is it? Because the headband, you pay $10 for that shit to just get yellow within a week. It's like white t-shirts. Like, that's the best to fuck. To me, if I could have like a whole fucking aisle of specific clothes, I will have just regular black and all black and all white t-shirts. The whole, I mean, and long sleeves too, for the winter or whatever. But I just have all that. Because it's like, yo, sometimes it's just a headache, you know, keeping shirts, and then, you know, with time it gets fucked up. Hell no. I just give me all black tees and all white tees. I don't need a logo on my shirt, unless it's like Kanye or some shit. Don't get it twisted. But like, sometimes the logo could get corny on a shirt. I don't know. I'm just speaking out of my ass on that one because that's like something that I kind of, it feels weird. It just feels weird. Like logos on the shirts. I'm trying to get away from that, but they do come out with some hot shit. And just some shit that you gotta get. And there's a little small logo, but whatever. I just kind of hate logos. Like, remove all logos of a product. That'd be done because my fucking my Diesel merch has the logo really huge in the back. So what the fuck am I talking about, right? I don't know, but I do like that minimalism shit. Speaking about minimalism, what's his name? Fernando Mateo is running for Republican. Surprise! Running for a Republican in New York City, right? And oh shit, my phone's out. And this mic is so sensitive; it captures every sound, yo. But so he running as a Republican against this this Guardian Angels leader. You know what I'm saying? The Guardian Angels, for people that don't know. I only seen them in New York, so they probably expanded. But in New York, these people with like one of those, I forgot those type of the bayonet hats or some shit like that. Those little Paris hats, but in red. They wear with the red jacket, and they walk around the train station. But hey, you know what I'm saying? At least they out there protecting the people. Shit, they probably can get robbed, obviously, easily with a gun, and there were stories like that, but at least they're out there. I gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? Guardian Angels out there to protect people in the train station, in the streets and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but he going against Fernando Mateo. Fernando Mateo, I didn't know. Like, I forgot. Not that I forgot. I didn't know, and I heard about it before. I must have. But he was the owner of La Marina. I never been there. And I guess that's like the you have to be there spot back then. But he explained how the cops was just on his ass trying to take it down. And he said that when he becomes a mayor, he's gonna go after those people in the police who are trying to like ruin his business, like using petty shit. You know, and he went to High 97. Which High 97, they're just super liberals, right? So they would never interview a Republican. And even when Kanye was like, yo, I want you to interview Candace Owens, around that time when Kanye was on his shit. And Ebro himself was like, nah, I ain't gonna interview her, she's mean. Now, I'm gonna leave that right there, right? That's mad funny because Ebro acts like a tough guy, but whatever. Flash forward, he tells Mateo, yo, you're one of the first Republican, because, you know, everybody else is scared. No, they're not scared. It's that y'all people are so emotional that y'all gonna, it's not gonna be a conversation, and they just gonna go off the emotions. So Republicans probably just choose to just not fucking go there. And that one that did wanted to go, he said that she's too mean. What the fuck you mean she's too mean? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna explain why. Like, that shit's stupid. So Mateo goes there, he explains, and in less than 8 minutes, yo, this dude Rosenberg, because this is a morning show that Mateo went, the High 97 morning show with Ebro, Laura Stiles, and Peter Rosenberg. So Rosenberg within 8 minutes, oh, but you voted Republican and you voted for Trump twice, all this shit, and this is like, there you go, here's the emotional part. You know, and then when Mateo mentioned that Trump did more for blacks than any other president before, which is kind of true, they want to go and say, that's not true, this and this and that. So then what you're going to do? You're going to bring out the prison reform that he was for. And people was really coming. And they didn't even look like actors. You know how like some be like, oh, okay, this just look like an acting, like, you know, a photo op with some actors saying that people came out of jail. These people that really came out of jail. You can just tell by their faces. So then Rosenberg goes, he said something that was like, Wow, can you believe that shit? He said something like it was all for a photo or whatever, some shit like that. And I was just like, wow, can you believe? Like, imagine telling that to somebody who really came out of jail because of that program. I don't give a fuck if Trump is a racist. Let him be a racist. But the fact that he did that, he brought somebody's father home, you know, back in the family from jail. So for you to just say like, oh, it's just a photo op, like, nigga, how about if you was in jail and Trump with his racist ass and you're black as fuck, so you know he's white man racist, and he's like, yo, we have this program, you can come out of jail. I better hope that that a nigga like Rosenberg, who's a fake Jew, goes and be like, yo, you know what? Because you're racist, I'd rather stay here in jail. Right? Like, you will expect that. But that's that whole mind control that they like to do in the media. The media is fucked. Nobody listens to the media anymore like that. And I say media, I'm talking about basically like gatekeepers of opinions. Because not everybody has their opinion, including me. Like what I say here, if eventually is gonna fucking probably ruin business opportunities, but I need to like speak out, because everybody loves, speak out, you gotta speak out, you gotta be brave, right? I'm being brave, motherfucker, and I'm telling you what's going on, or how I see what's going on. And they trying to take down people's ideas little by little by chipping away on small shit, like thinking that because you say one thing you're racist, and you say this and you're anti this, and you said this, all right, so you anti that. All that is just anti-free speech. And then they say, oh, but you can't. It's not everything is not free speech. Yeah, motherfucker, I know. But let's use a little bit more logic. Because people want to use that, oh, not everything is free speech when it's convenient for them. They say something stupid, then they want to throw out the free speech. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to be consistent, because I just feel like it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. So I went on a tangent right there. But so within 8 minutes, Rosenberg does that, and you know, Mateo had to spit his own shit. But the reason why I brought it up, because I had to connect it to minimalism, of how like white tees and all black tees. But he actually made a good point, and I used to hate this point when I was young. And guess why? Yeah, nigga, because I was young. I ain't know shit. But he wanted to just bring back uniforms. That's it, straight up. And he was like, you know, ain't nobody gonna, you know, so nobody could go into school and then worry about who got Gucci on. And I'm like, yo, I fucking agree. I agree 100%. All these kids want to fucking show off for what they have. How about you show off with your fucking intellect, motherfucker? Too many fucking kids being in school being dumb as fuck. Shit, I was too. I didn't go to college to be this fucking wise. I'm gonna say wise because I could say smart, genius, yada yada, but everybody's a genius. They just gotta fucking open it up. Open it up in your head. Like a boat. You know, the treasure's up there. You gotta fucking open it up though. Find the key, open it up. Now, what's the key? It depends on what you wanna, it depends on your life. Not everybody starts off life the same as the other person, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta just, the best way is just keep doing research, but don't take shit, don't get a fucking titty attack for everything. You know what I'm saying? Once you think you know enough, then you can be objective to certain shit because you have shit to back it up because you did research. But there's a lot of people that are out there and be like, this shit sounds like it makes sense, maybe because it agrees with what your train of thought is. But then when you're met with resistance, it's like, oh no, wait, whatever. So what you gotta be? You're this or you're that? And that's the problem. That's the problem. And that's why everybody wants to have a debate. But when the debate is going the other way, then they want to be a little bit emotional and shit like that. And that's not a debate. Some of y'all motherfuckers clearly never been in a debate team. Or just a humble team. How about that? Have you ever took humble classes? Because goddamn, if I'm showing you shit that is a little bit, is what's that word? I don't know the word. I forgot the word. But if I show you information that is a little bit too interesting to just dismiss. And because you threw the whole fucking the anchor down on your belief, that's it, you ain't moving nowhere. The one who looks stupid is you. Because I could be wrong, but at least I could accept that, and I could be like, damn, okay, so this is true? Oh shit. But for people who are just stuck and threw the anchor out already on whatever information they found, they fucked, because they're gonna stay on that information. They're gonna keep bringing it up to other people, and other people who might not think like one person, they could be like, oh no, I heard about this, and then that makes the person just jump out of nowhere. No, but what, you know, this. And listen, everybody wants to be right. I get it, but come on, man, it's so dope when you learn from things too, man. And you just, somebody tells you like, oh shit, for real, and y'all can both look it up. But if y'all both look it up right after, and then you was right the whole time, don't, like, the prize is the truth, not winning the battle, not winning an argument. Fuck the argument. It's needed to get to the truth, especially between two. Because if two agree on that, then now that those two, eventually when there's new other information, they can use that same playbook, that strategy, and be like, yo, but we, the whole time we thought it was this. And then somebody can tell you, nah, look over here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously take everything with a grain of salt. That's what I tell everybody. And that protects you. If you want protection when you're trying to say something or like something that you think is right, just let people know to take things with a grain of salt. Because a lot of us just like to just jump off the window and just be like, yeah, this is it, boom. And then they feel like shit when it wasn't even close to it, to what the truth was, or what is the truth. At the end of the day, do I really know what the hell is the truth? Hell no. Because at the end of the day, it's just two different people's opinions. You know, obviously you can prove the sky is blue, but when I talk about information, it's tricky because there's always an agenda behind something. You know, and listen, when you see how lawyers operate, it's like it's just a pure chess game. And then when you see how a chess game is basically picking up the patterns of the other player and trying to outthink the other player. So you might leave a trap right in front of you, so they can fall right in front of you, right there, fall into it, and you get the advantage. And that's how people debate a lot. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you ride with the truth, you know what I'm saying, and you can stand to be corrected, then the other person who was probably trying to just grab you in the corner and just take you there and just basically trying to, like, you know, outwit you and shit like that, they're gonna feel stupid because they're gonna see that, yo, all right, he's in it for the truth. There's a lot of people that like to argue with a little swag behind them, and then they end up looking stupid. You know, back to hip hop, not just playing. So, yo, listen, hopefully that Mateo dude wins, because first of all, the Democrats here in New York have fucking done a number already. Like, we all love to complain about gentrification and shit in New York City, but when it comes to, like, okay, so let's see who's responsible. Woo! Time to put on Love and Hip Hop. Shit, I ain't that smart. Let me escape reality real fast. Let me take this sip. And that's when I get mad, because it's like, okay, everybody want to complain, but they don't want to do the research. No, don't do the research. Let CNN tell you the research, because CNN never had an agenda, right? Of course not. You know what I'm saying? And listen, the right has an agenda too. Don't get it twisted. I can tell you that. I tell you this all the time. But just keep it consistent in your mind. Keep these motherfuckers consistent. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to be like, yo, damn, I was fucking with CNN, but damn, they kind of lied over here. Because this is how, and then this side is saying this, and this makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? Just keep tabs on these people on both sides. You know, and don't be afraid, man. Information changes mad fast. Look at the alien shit. People talk about all the aliens is fake, this and that. Now aliens is a talk, and supposedly they're supposed to come out with the unload the information. I don't know if it's disclosure. I doubt that, but just, you know, the Pentagon's gonna release information on what these people are or what it is or whatever. And I expect that to be some bullshit. But who knows? Maybe they'll just go out and be like, fuck it. Everything's already going hectic in the world. You know, what a better way than just trying to calm people down. Be like, yo, motherfuckers, we fighting over here. But at the end of the day, you know, boom, boom, boom. There are species in the universe. And if one of those motherfuckers just come decide to take over, we're all fucked. Because we over here fighting for different shit. And it is true. We are. But that's also a pileup of different shit that happened that we never addressed. And one of the main ones is the government always lying to us. You know, how you expect the civilians to feel when the government lies a lot? Or just be too secretive so we don't know shit. And then y'all want to come later on, you know, 3 decades, 4 decades later with the freedom of information and be like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, y'all guys were right. Kennedy was shot by more than one shooter. Yeah, y'all was right. But back then, if you would have said that, you a blank. We don't have the word. What's a blank? Maybe if people question it, we'll give them a term. We'll call them by a term. Yeah, there we go. We'll call them by a term. And whenever somebody brings up that there was more than one shooter on the Kennedy assassination, I'm talking about the 60s right here, right? Late 60s. So they were like, damn, what's the word? Let's create a word. There was a conspiracy here, right? You know, there was multiple shots, right? Well, at the end of the day, they just making theory. Oh, got it. Perfect. Conspiracy theorists. That's it. Round of applause. And they did it, and they ran with it, and then the saddest part, which is people running with that also. So those people back in those days, imagine how they felt. They must have been like, man, this is a sad time for humanity. When they quickly just jumped to calling people conspiracy theorists, a word that they made up, the CIA allegedly made up. And it's just like, damn, look at it now. Oh, you think the earth is flat? Oh, conspiracy theorists. Motherfucker, did you jump high enough to get outside the earth and see what it is? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the shit that can be pissed. Because you know what? Because they're listening to NASA and then anything that is on TV. You know when they were making studies of MK Ultra, which is true obviously, but when they were making studies and they just stopped, they stopped because the TV that we have in our living rooms, especially the phones now, that's MK Ultra. That's the propaganda to our brains. It's a programming, television programming. I'm not gonna go that deep. You could tell a lie, no, whatever, nah. But you know, it is programming. Why? Because in that programming, they could just put hip hop, and the hip hop that speak about Friday, I'm going out, bitches, and I'm fucking every bit. And then some dude going out that Friday, listening to that song, is gonna feel that same way. It's crazy, but you gotta love humanity because that's how we are. We're easy to be influenced. You know what I'm saying? And then if you don't let shit influence you that much, and you hold the line, then you come off as an old, boring person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because when you're young, you're willing to do a lot of stupid shit. So when you stop doing stupid shit, now you're an old person, right? No, you're just wise. There's old people doing stupid shit too. How many single moms trying to compete with their daughters? Oh, let me not go. Oh, feminism. They're at the door. But it's the truth, you know? By the way, yo, for y'all that have like $1,000 laying around with nothing to do, which I don't know how many people have it like that, but listen, word is that AMC stock is that they're lying on stocks, and that a lot of people, I guess, put in. And all these terms I'm saying, I sound stupid because I probably don't know what the terms are, but when I say put in, I mean like, we know when you buy a stock. The stock right now is like at $40. So the word is that a lot of people put in money, and for that number not to reflect, they dike, quote unquote, allegedly, that they don't want to show that number because that number is going to skyrocket and it's going to happen out of nowhere. and that's what they're telling people to just keep on putting in. Now, when I say you have $1,000 laying around, I'm gonna say 1,000 because this would be like, this would make sure you get a really good amount out of it, and after that you can sell. But if you hold on to that stock while it's there, where it is, it can get bigger. Now you imagine that shit, that we living in the hood or whatever, and because you put $1,000, I know it's a lot, I know, or 500 or 300. Well, I guess not the 300 because you're gonna get money, obviously. But imagine you put like 1,000, let's say. But you gotta treat it as like, somebody came up in my family, they were about to be executed, so they asked for $1,000. That was the ransom. Think about it like that, because now if that money fails, it won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? But if you just take that $1,000 and just put it by this Monday morning, I use the Cash app, and they have the stock section, on the bottom of the app. But hey, I'm about to just dive into that shit, because you imagine like you're in the hood and then you put like a couple $1,000s in that shit, and that shit just skyrockets to a point that you're like, okay, I don't give a fuck no more if it goes up or down. I'm selling this shit. And just like that, your life can change. And we was never up to like stocks and shit until the internet. That's what listen, the government fucked up with the internet. They fucked up with the internet. Because you imagine this shit, like all this information that we're getting to know now, arguments and all that shit. You imagine the argument of the fucking 40s and before that, the 500 AD times, the 1000 AD times. Where you probably did your own research according to a book, because that author, who the hell taught him? You know what I'm saying? But whatever. And people just having endless arguments. And flash forward now, where we can have all the information, we have it in the palm of our hands, and people still choose to just get fed information. Listen, I know people got a busy lives, but damn, these people will kill. Back in the days, those people will kill for what we have now. We living like fucking kings compared to those people, you know what I'm saying? So now we have information about the stock. We always just see the stock like, oh, okay, stock and this and that, but now we can really put in money. Those same apps that was like, yeah, now you can put $10 if you want. Those are the same ones that are kind of regulating on the low. Oh, well, hold up, you can't sell now or whatever, because they got confused. They fucked up. They didn't know that the people was going to eventually, the regular people, was going to eventually not take over, but be a little bit more astute when it comes to shit like that. So now these big whales with big money, they trying to do anything. So what they doing is some of them are doubling down, and when the double down that they do is just basically to like sink a company. But if a lot of people put in money in that company, like AMC, I guess some shit like they fuck up, because now that money that they put in, they have to pay it. Some weird shit. But there's a lot of information going on that the people at the AMC, the people that I guess want to short it, from what I understand, is just basically like rich people that just be like, okay, AMC, the COVID happened, ain't nobody going to the movies, let's just end that shit for once and for all. By, I guess, not betting against it, but just buying the shares and just selling it or whatever, some shit like that. But like 3/4 towards the COVID shit, the people started doing their own shit, and that's how you had all this stock information going on, and then they fucked up because now they on like a negative. They got to pay back money. They furious. They telling those people on TV that they, like a CNN and Fox have their own like a stock channel or whatever, or program. They furious because he could tell the people up top, like, tell these motherfuckers to do this, and he's saying it, and the people on the internet, they just not gonna budge. You know what I'm saying? I won't be surprised if YouTube be like, hey, you can't, whoever speaks about AMC will get their page deleted. That's how sad fucking these corporations have become. They like to create a little event so you could just be like, oh shit, I heard about this, and then they use that event and they use it all over. So, oh, are you anti this or are you anti that? You know what I'm saying? And now if you say that, now your shit is blocked. You won't be able to make money off your channel. Your channel is deleted. And then what they say is like, oh no, this is a private company. so we can make up the rules. Yeah, but y'all have millions and millions of people in your so-called company, which at the end of the day is just like a big gathering place in the internet. You can't just be like go from YouTube and just go to another fucking platform, because you're gonna be preaching to the choir. Everybody who's in a different platform is just basically people who got kicked out and they in the same boat as you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they should make places like Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube like, I forgot the term for it, but basically like neutral zone, like freedom of speech. Obviously, you know, you can't be posting wild fucking graphic shit, but you know, you could say term words and not get fucking your channel deleted. You know, like this is why people are fucking getting pissed and saying this is like some socialism, some Marxism shit, because if you say this then that they don't agree with, then you're fucked. We already see how that shit works in China, where they have their credit score, social credit score and shit. You know what I'm saying? So with that, if you imagine some shit like that here, a social credit score, once you like once you give somebody the middle finger, your social credit score goes like really low, and then the person who trying to get you, like trying to hire you, has to go to your social credit score, and they see like that rap shit that you have, and they're like, nah, fuck it, we can't. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny, but that's what's going on. And you can tell if you let America, they will just go right into it. And they will present it to us like it's mad fucking awesome. And we're gonna agree, because we're dumb. We don't know better. And then they come with the fucking hook. Boom. And then we're like, why would they want to do it like that? Why would they do this? Yeah, nigga. Why? Now you want to be like Jadakiss. Why? But that's how we are. That's why we need to learn our history. You know what I'm saying? When you learn history, you know the fucking traps that happened before. Now you can see every trap that comes in the forward. Even fucking rats and mice adapt to the fuck. If you leave that same trap in that same spot all the time, nigga, ain't no rat gonna pass by it, or no mice gonna pass by it, mouse or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They adapt. That's what we gotta do. This lack of adapting in our communities. Fuck everybody else community. Any other, fuck them. I'm talking about our community, the black and Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? Native Americans also. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanna act like the Native Americans are doing good because all we hear is about casinos and shit. Alright, go to some Native American, middle of America type of shit. Go to those places and see how they are. You know what I'm saying? See how they live. Then I guess they don't complain and they don't be on TV all the time, so we can have fucking white conservatives be like, oh, look at me, all they do is complain. No, motherfucker. You have to complain. The funniest shit is like when Trump goes, yeah, China recently too, like 2 days ago, China needs to pay us reparations. Y'all use the R word? Hold up, y'all use the R word? God damn, y'all said reparations? That was like the ultimate. That's like nigger in for the Democrats and for the conservatives. Because once you mention that word, they will woo. Let's switch up the topic. Let's cut this interview short. Let's do whatever. That's how they are. So when Trump mentions it, now I bet you we have conservatives like, yeah, you know what? He's right. You know, they should give. But when blacks say it, ooh, you lazy. Go work. Pull yourself by the bootstraps. So you see? So when you can tell if Trump goes, yo, you know, I'm trying to run for president, 2024. And if he goes, and you know, enough is enough, and black needed reparations, you can tell conservative, they'll fucking have a glitch, and they'll start applauding, and then they'll start they'll start trying to convince liberal blacks, like, yo, but Trump trying to give reparations, man, come on. That's how they will get to. They will get there. But right now, if you look back, or you know, and if you know that hasn't happened yet, so prior from today or whatever, all you see is conservatives just downing that shit. Why? Because the conservative talkheads down that shit. But when it comes to, you know, Israel, our great, aka our quote unquote our greatest ally, then they'll come up with the excuses why they need to validate them, and then the people who hear that, the sheeps, they will validate it in the comments. But when you tell them to prove it, when you tell them to go deeper in that, you know, they won't budge because their daddy didn't tell them. That's how it is. So that's the little psychology going on now, and that's why it's a little confusing to some people, and some people are just doubling down and just being fucking stiff neck, fucking what's that word? Damn, it's just past my head, yo. What is it? What's that word? It's a simple ass word. I'm telling you, it's like I'm just forgetting shit when I'm on the podcast. Stubborn. That's the word. They just keep being stubborn. They just, you know, no, because what I heard was this. What I heard was different. And they leave it right there. And it's like, I bet. And then they, you know, when you could tell they found out the truth, and they wouldn't even be like, yo, you know what? Remember that shit that you told me? Yo, you was right. No, you would never hear that. So you gotta, you know, you just can't get mad. You gotta keep going, because eventually that truth's gonna hit everybody. You know, it's like arrows in the air with fire on it. It's gonna hit. Trust me. And if it don't hit you, it's gonna hit the ground and it's gonna start a fire. So you're gonna have to do something. That's how the truth is. You know what I'm saying? The truth humbles. So it is what it is. But it was just funny how all of a sudden that reparations work came up by China. Okay, so what y'all gonna do with that money if China pays the world or whatever? Because China been created that fucking virus. Like let's not play ourselves. Trump said it a while ago. Y'all didn't want to believe it, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about the liberals. You know, conservatives or not conservatives, just people who just know the truth. They not deep of the truth, but just the way on both sides, they were like, yeah, motherfucker, that shit looked kind of eerie. It was eerie the way that shit started. And then they showed black bats. Then that quarter, the mint American quarter came out 2019 with the bat in the back. I was like you just gotta keep track of like patterns, yo. Everybody want to keep track of patterns, like, oh, look at, you know, Aquarius, Mercury retrograde, all that motherfucking dumbass shit. But y'all don't want to keep track of patterns when it comes to serious shit. You know what I'm saying? Like once you in your 20s, yeah, go ahead, go to the club and throw up and shit, and, you know, mad fights or whatever. Once you're 30 and up, the check comes at your table. Like, check, here's a check. Can you afford it? Or are you gonna go back to being stupid? So that's why we gotta, in a way, you could tell like that probably didn't make sense, but in my mind it made sense. So you gotta keep tabs on all these motherfuckers, and politicians too, because eventually our kids gonna ask us what the fuck is going on in America, cause we ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Most of our parents ain't do shit. They had to just go, you know, they had to just work. Some of them just came from a different fucking country over here. So now they pass the torch to us, and now we gotta grab it. And what we gonna do? That's what when you're in your 30s, that's like that moment. The torch just passed, boom, you grabbed it. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be what's that word? That's the name of the show. What's that word? Because I can't fucking remember. But like, don't go about what a lot of people just do with the norm and culture. Because I was speaking about culture earlier. That whole culture of how we are, whatever. Yeah, that little culture also can be detrimental, because shit, you ask Dominican parents, they want you to have kids by age 27, and if not, what the hell? You know, because they all like to go back to their families and like it's like they use their Pokemon cards. Like, oh, look at my son. Ooh, how's your daughter? Ooh, look at your daughter. Oh, look at my son. Ooh, and it's like they trading Pokemon cards and like who got a bigger dick contest. But no, nigga, life is real, nigga. You ain't gonna have kids so you can be on child support by 3 fucking different baby moms and shit. And I always go back to that whole little mind fucking shit that was going on in high school. In high school, when I was in high school, in New Britain, Connecticut. Shout out to New Britain. I love New Britain, but shit, you know what I'm saying? Like in every high school, because it's like that everywhere. But the whole purpose was who can get the most pussy, right? Who can get the most pussy? And yo, not for nothing, but a lot of people who you saw like, damn, them niggas get, you know, because when you're a man, you be like, yo, that nigga get mad girls, yo, that's fucking crazy, whatever. Yo, you flash forward now, a lot of those motherfuckers fucking don't speak to their kids. They on fucking child support. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, was that the whole plan? So what happened if you was just like a regular person that didn't have kids? You was a dumbass nigga. Oh, you ain't get no bitches. Flash forward though, you ain't got to worry about shit. That little mind fuckery. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, because you want to fuck all the time, you don't give a fuck about a condom, and now you're getting these young girls pregnant. And then all of a sudden they gotta walk up to their moms crying, and the mom like, "What the fuck happened? I'm pregnant." Well, you know, what you gonna do? Well, that's how it is. Like, can you believe that shit? Like, I look back at stupid shit in high school, and I'm like, oh, that's so fucking crazy and awkward and like stupid ass backwards. But hey, that is high school, and that's why, like, parents, both parents. I don't want to hear like, oh, you know, mother is one and father. No. Mother is one and the father is one too, motherfucker. Like, let's stop that bullshit. That you only have one mother. Yeah, I get it, nigga, because your mom had you. I get it. Women have that DNA. I get it. The fathers are the hunter. They got to go out and hunt, nigga. Remember that. Everything you can get cues from animals and just our past, because we're in a way animals too, but we act like animals for sure. Shit, just give us a little bit of Hennessy. But you know, we learned how to fly because we saw birds. You know what I'm saying? So when you have both parents there, you're gonna need that motherfucker, that one father to be there. Are you fucking stupid to tell you that shit? Because ain't nobody gonna tell you that shit in high school. If you're the big bad guy in high school and your father telling you you're a dumbass, that shit fucking humbles you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna hate your pops anyways, but you know what I'm saying? Like, both are essential. Yes, the mom is essential. Your mom gonna protect you no matter what. But that father side is what's important too. So, you know, and not everybody's blessed to have both parents still in their life. For those who have, you know, unless it was some ridiculous shit like your pops killed your fucking brother or some bullshit, like, you know, some abusive shit. Other than that, yo, you know, honor your father, honor your mom, man. That's what the Bible says. And if you would have told me that shit before, a while ago, when I was a teenager, I would have definitely disagreed. Definitely. Not think it probably, no, definitely disagree. And on both parents. But, you know, you got to remember, like, like, listen, I'm 35, right? My parents had me when they were in their 30s. And I know 30s was like, 30s right now, I have to realize, like, 30 is like the ultimate goal time when it comes to that moment in your life. But damn, they were young too. You know what I'm saying? How many fucking 30-year-olds you see here nowadays doing stupid ass shit? You see them on Instagram fucking posting up quotes that they themselves are not probably following. You can tell if I say that on the comment, is a beef. You know what I'm saying? But that's that's what I'm talking about. It's just like clout posting. And then when you post the truth, see, here goes the truth. That when you post like an opposite opinion, let's just go there. Or, you know, a taboo idea, then, you know, that's when you're the weird person. But now it sucks because now everything that these conspiracy theorists was alleging is becoming truth. You know how, like, the flu went down? The conspiracy theorists went down. Why it went down? Because everything fucking came out to be true. That's it. Except for that QAnon. And then, listen, even that QAnon shit, who knows if that shit eventually gonna come out? One of the main polls that they always repeat in QAnon is you have more than you know. They always will say that. And, you know, some people took QAnon way too serious. Even now, they still trying to fucking sell t-shirts and shit of QAnon and shit. You know what I'm saying? And cause listen, everybody gotta make their money. If you have 60 people who spends mad money on your merch because you're speaking about what they like, then are you gonna keep going? Right? Or you're gonna just stop and be like, oh, no, because I was wrong. That's the right thing to do. Shit, I don't know what I'll do in that decision, but I wouldn't even think about it because I will be that type of person. Now, if I'm over here spewing some bullshit, I will come back and I'll be like, yo, that shit that I said, I looked into it more and it's not, but I'm not gonna do that to the point that it's just to make me say I'm sorry for shit. Because that's what they love doing, that shit. But I'm not famous, so I don't gotta worry about that. But if you're a celebrity, you say something that's half truth, these motherfuckers will make you apologize because they know a half truth also that just don't match with what you're saying. You know, so it's all bullshit at the end of the day because some shit causes something else to happen. It's like a chain reaction. Everybody on the conservative side says Israel's our greatest ally. And look at these animals, you know, and they talking about Palestinians like that, but they don't talk about how just because of a war and just because of fucking just because Hitler had a bad day at work, not just playing. Nah, but you know, because Hitler did that, now every land, everything has to be Israel. Everything in that coast has to be Israel. And it's like, nah, it's not like that. Because if it was the other way around, and we backed the Palestinians, and we would have fucking been decimating Israel, they would have been fucking crying just as well. You know what I'm saying? And this is shit that these people are not gonna mention on TV. That's why TV is programming this MK Ultra. And by me saying that, I feel like, damn, people gonna look at me like I'm the crazy one. But fuck it, it has to be what it has to be said. And even if it's false, now that I said that, that shit is into your brains as a seed. So now when you see shit, you're gonna have no choice but to question it in a way like, okay, yeah, I know this is, you know, is this true? Everybody likes to say, oh, there's only negative shit in the TV in the news. Yeah, motherfucker, that's the whole point. How about when the news come and they be like, 78,000 people died, or this and that when we come back, or like tonight and the news, you're gonna fucking wait for that. You're gonna, oh shit, what happened when we pass by a accident in the highway? We slow up. Let's be honest, we slow up. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of that. So because we react like that, they know that. You know what I'm saying? These people do. They do they study us like we fucking cattle. So we never thought about it like that. So when we see shit like that happen, we kind of get like stumped, like, oh shit, at the moment, boom. But once you realize that, you can fucking, you know, you can strategize from afar. Look at me talking about strategy and shit. What the fuck am I talking about, right? Let me take this sip. I'm about to end this up right here. This is 1 hour, 1 minute. Brand new mic. I know y'all probably could tell. Some of y'all won't. I guess if you hear it on the headphones, you could tell. But I had this mic and I did like fucking 4 podcasts, trying to see what was the problem between that shit was crackling, and I wasn't gonna put it out like that. So, you know, but I figured out the right connections. My mic that I had for a while, I could finally basically kick it off like that with this mic. Sound way better than the other shit. Who knows? Because the other ones in the other podcasts, it will sound great because I have it on my headphones, on the monitor. As soon as I press stop, and I go back to hear it, that's when you hear all the crackling noise. And I was just like, fuck, yo, this shit is not working. See, but now, like, with this mic, you can pick up literally everything. Like, that when I do my FBI joke, the door knock, I speak from far, from the side, snaps, really close, just like this. All that shit. This fucking mic is sensitive, but it's expensive as fuck. This shit better be sensitive. Shit. But yo, I'm gonna head out. Peace out. Episode 3, Pirate Radio. Back next week with some more shit, talking about every other bullshit, saying shit that I said in different podcasts, but who cares? Fuck that shit. Peace out. Episode 3, Pirate Radio. Peace.